Hello, everyone. I just wanted to provide an honest review of our most recent stay at the Hilton Embassy Suites Orlando on International Drive. We stayed a total of 2 nights and it wasn't a bad stay. I ended up actually using some of my Hilton Honors points. So the only out of pocket cost that we had to pay was just the taxes and the room charges, which was a total of about $53 altogether. Here is a view of the walk up from the elevator heading to our room. There is a nice view of the lobby. Look, if you look down, you can hear some of the music and see some of the activity going on. So this is nice, and this I want to say is kind of unique to Embassy because there have been several that we've stayed in before, and they're set up pretty much the same way. We've stayed in probably about five, so that's our experience. The rooms are tagged with this sticker showing that they've been cleaned and sealed. So when you enter the room, you can be confident in knowing that it's clean. Here is what it looks like when you first walk into the room. So it's very nicely set up. It has a suite type feel. So you have the TV area, sitting area, you have a refrigerator, and a desk where you can eat. There's also a sink and a Keurig machine, microwave. So everything to make it a really nice, convenient stay and just a separate space from the bedroom itself. Um, After you walk through that part of the room, you enter the bathroom, which is directly to our left. It's really nicely set up. It has a modern mirror with the LED lights in it. So it's really great if you're doing makeup or anything that you need to see quite clearly. It does give you a good bit of light. The bathrooms, the layout was nice. And then it had this additional separate sink so that if someone is in the bathroom, you can easily just wash your hands or do your makeup, because it has the same LED mirror as in the bathroom. So this is a nice feature in having kind of a separate space. Once you leave that area, you go into the rooms. We had a double bed because that's all they had available at the time, using your rewards points. There is a nice size closet to the right. It has your normal things in there, your safe, your laundry bag, a few hangers, an ironing board, and an iron. And there are also a couple of extra blankets on the top shelf. The room itself is pretty spacious. It is a double bed, two full beds, and it does have some seating area for you, but it is pretty spacious. It has a TV in there, if you like to watch TV in your room, and that's about it in terms of the layout and setup of the room. Now, there are a few things that we did not like. You can't really see it from the video, but the carpet was pretty worn and it actually looked dirty. So it made the room feel pretty dirty and make you question, did they actually clean this room? The furniture was in very poor condition. As you see, there's like tons of stains on this sofa. I want to say this is also like a sleeper sofa. I wouldn't want to sleep on that. It just looks pretty disgusting. There were stains all over it. It looked as if it hadn't been cleaned ever, really. But overall, just kind of a dated look and feel. Um, I could see where this would have been a really nice room a few years ago, but with current trends, this room is very, very much dated. It does have a TV, a pretty nice sized TV, so that is okay. Now, the refrigerator that we had in our room did not work, and I think it's evident that this thing just needed to be thrown in the trash. It was rusted. It did not cool. It looked disgusting. Everything that we put in there, it was hot. The microwave worked pretty well. No issues there. But just not good at all. The bathroom, now when you head into the shower, the sink and the mirror looks pretty good, but when you head into the shower, it just feels really dated, kind of dingy. If you start really looking in the cracks and everything, you start seeing some mold and all of that. So it looked nasty, felt kind of dingy. The tub looked like it could use a pretty good scrub. So was not impressed with that at all. But of course, we are talking about a mid to lower tier Hilton room. But I will say I've stayed at a few embassies in years past, and I had not experienced this. But it seems as if the two embassy suites that I have stayed in Orlando, and I've stayed in them many times, they're just really dated. And if the rooms feel nasty, and every time you stay there even longer, it just feels even nastier. But overall, it's a pretty good stay. The layout is nice. If you're on vacation and you kind of want to hang out and you have people visiting, or you're traveling with a large group, it is nice to have this suite area, separate area to sit and enjoy, which is it's going to be separate and apart from the bedroom itself. Now, when we were getting ready to lay our heads down and sleep, I will say that the beds were kind of surprising. It was a little bit nasty in what we found, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But I did want to show you some of the things that you have in the bathroom. Of course, you have your towels. There's lots of extra towels also, because they're not coming into the room and cleaning every day, so they stack you up with a ton of towels and washcloths and everything else. So that was really great. Even on this extra sink, they did have extra towels down there. Of course, you can see we've already used some of them. Heading back into the room, we were getting ready to sleep for the night because it was a pretty long day, and we were ready to just lay our head down. And we noticed that the pillows had like a lot of signs of wear on it, and even some stains. You can see there's like a stain right there. It just looked as if almost like they never even changed the pillows, or it was just really old or dirty. I don't even want to really know, but it was evident that the pillows were pretty dingy. There was also like some hair that I found in the bed. Um, this side of the pillows, this side of the bed, the pillows were actually clean. So we ended up just sleeping on this bed because, like I said, we did get a double. We would have liked to have a king, but there was not one available. So we ended up sleeping on this side of the room, but it was, as you can see, there are a few stains there, here and there on the sheets. I get it. Hundreds of people use these sheets, so even though they may be clean, they did have stains, and that does kind of turn you off. The blanket or whatever cover they had on there had stains on it as well. It just made the overall feel not a good one. It just really made me question, how clean is this room, especially during COVID. It's like, did they actually clean the room? It just smelled. So that's my overall take. Again, you can see some of the stains, and I put some pictures so you can see it a little bit better than the video. Just overall, not a good stay at all. The overall feel of the room was kind of dingy. Of course, this was a reward stay, so we only ended up coming out of pocket $53, but that was also with us using about 70,000 points. Definitely not worth it for me, but If you have no other choice, then it's a decent stay. You have somewhere to lay your head. It's not bad. It's not like a roach motel or anything, but it definitely wasn't what I was expecting. Um, Overall, I would give this total stay maybe 2.5, 3 stars at best. That's my honest opinion of our stay. Hope you enjoyed the review and an honest view of what this hotel looks like. Thanks for watching.